Do not charge your car with AC refrigerant improperly. Everyone's doing it wrong. The most simple mistakes are being made. Even on the back of the can it says to perform this test in the shade or it can affect the results. Also stated on the back of the can, the front and back doors are to be left open while charging the AC system. Before we get into even the worst mistakes, as you can see below the hood area, you would have your refrigerant type that's supposed to be used, or on the bottom of the hood itself. As you saw, R134A. Now we need to attach this refrigerant coupling to the low pressure port of the AC system. As you can see, this has an H for the high side, and if you're concerned that you will tap into this on accident, as you can see, it's much too small, so it will not fit. No concerns there. If you're trying to find the location of the low pressure port, it will be on the large tubing between this AC compressor here that we can see in the bottom, between it and the evaporator. I'll reach back here, as you can see it, in the evaporator. Remove the cap, and you want to keep it safe, don't lose it. Next up, you want to clean this off before using it. Don't want any dust or debris going inside the system. Please don't overcharge your system. I see this all too often. So, just a moment, I'll start the vehicle up, show you some other issues. However, this is one of the biggest ones, overcharging. And if you hook the gauge up and it's on low in this Y area, then it's safe to charge up. But once it's in the green area, this little arrow, then you need to stop charging. Why? Because any point of this green point, do not try to reach the higher side of this green section. I see many people showing this, and it's incorrect. It will cause you to overcharge the system. Obviously, if it's in yellow, do not charge, or the red, and you will be able to see there could be other problems. You want to make sure your compressor clutch is engaged, and when checking pressure, if compressor is not engaged, and your car is running and AC is turned on, if needle is in the red and compressor is cycling on, do not add refrigerant. System needs to be serviced by a technician. Other system problems besides low refrigerant may exist. The system needs to be serviced by a certified technician. They repeat that twice for good reason. I want you guys to keep something very important in mind. Once the system is tied in and you start, I have it connected. What you do is you pull this back and then push down. And then you want to wiggle it a little bit. It's hard for me to get the camera in there, so you guys know if you wiggle it a little bit, it should not come off. And as you can see, this has a very short hose, which could pose a major problem. Now you need to keep the can upright in this 12 o'clock position. That's right, and you need to shake it before use. And you also need to, after about 15 seconds, you'll wait for the needle to stabilize. Like I said, if you haven't reached the green yet, after you're holding it in for 15 seconds, if it hadn't stabilized, once it has, then you want to make sure to check your reading every 15 seconds to be safe. But like I said, you need to hold the can upright at the 12 o'clock position while using, and turn, 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 just like this. Just keep turning like this while being connected until you reach the green area. However, if as soon as you connect you're in the green, please stop right there. Do not do anything else. So you just unscrew this right before use. You'll thread this in. Allow me to show you guys what this is like. About 85 degrees. However, I just pointed at the ground, which is more accurate, and about 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Allow me to show you, I have several gauges in the vents. I have a gauge here, 91 degrees, 0.9. A gauge in this corner as well. You saw this gauge, 90 degrees. Of course, it's going to be higher when you have the windows rolled up in a vehicle. Start our vehicle. I want to show you guys the AC running before using any of this. So you can see I have it turned on as cold as possible. After allowing the AC to run for 5 minutes, we are at 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Remember, the outside is 77 degrees Fahrenheit. We have 57 on this gauge. And that one, well, probably not the best. However, I will say this, don't forget to use safety glasses, gloves, and always follow all manufacturer instructions of the product and the vehicle before anything. Remember, I say to have the vehicle on recirculating the air, turning the temperature to the maximum. Next up, we'll go ahead and open our doors. Remember, pull the connector ring back as the fitting is pushed on. As soon as I finished charging the vehicle with refrigerant, I allowed it to cool down for 5 minutes with the doors closed. You can see we're already at 39 degrees Fahrenheit. If there's any tips or information that you can add, guys, always make sure to clean out around the condenser and radiator. You wouldn't believe sometimes I see the fins all mashed up, and this can really impact it or anything blocking a significant area. Clean it off from time to time. Thanks for watching, guys. Nate's Interactive Auto.